1.5 days because she is so near and dear to my heart. So originally from South Africa, our next speaker started her entrepreneurship journey when she saw an opportunity to help the poorest in her home country, in the shanty towns, the women. And she saw an opportunity to make them entrepreneurs, to teach them how to create their own income and actually be the providers for their family. She had so much success, she decided to expand that, and she moved to the UK. She took the women there that were on the welfare system and did the same thing, taught them how to be self-sustainable and, really empower them to provide for themselves. After seeing these women be so empowered and having so much success, she started to notice something, that some of them, even after they had the roadmap, they were actually already doing it, earning an income, living a different lifestyle. Sometimes they would revert back to their old ways. Why would people do that? So being the helper that she is, the leader that she is, she went on to figure out what that was, and she realized it was about self-sabotaging. Those self-sabotaging behaviors that no matter what we do, they still come up. So she wanted to solve that problem, and she stumbled upon the color psychology. So for 15 years, her mission has been globally, going around the world, bringing color psychology to entrepreneurs to help them break through limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors. 4 years ago, she moved to Canada to expand the color movement, and through the Magenta Show and the Love and Money Boot Camp, she has changed the lives and helped entrepreneurs. If you've been in one of her programs or on the show, stand up for one quick second. Take a look at that. So, it is my absolute pleasure, my absolute privilege to welcome the woman that changed my life, my spiritual mentor, and one of my friends, Miss Moira Bush.
DJR, Mr. Worldwide. A good time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Que no pare la fiesta. Don't stop the party. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Que no pare la fiesta. Don't stop the party. Yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Magenta Show with Moira Bush, your host, and our wonderful guest, Maria Angelova. Thank you so much, Moira.
What a phenomenal studio. I'm very, very impressed with the setup. It's very professional. You have multiple angles.
How you can sell me 10,000 copies of your book or 500 copies of your book. The only way to do that is to get to know each other. I mean, that's the whole thing.
I'm going to be turning Sunil into my center of influence. Very famous right now. I mean, we were just talking that one of your videos has been shared and 30 million people have watched this video.
30 million in 2019.
In 2019, and
it's like blowing my mind.
How do you become that legend that is Les Brown, that is the Raymond Aarons, the Jack Canfields, the people who are leading the Canadian entrepreneurial motivational market? What advice would you give to me to say, hey, that's how you do it?
I think there's going to be a moment where it just happens. Just one thing or just two things will just happen.
I had a great pleasure to be interviewed by Moira to her show a few weeks ago. What a powerful, authentic lady she is.
I knew it was going to be an experience of a lifetime for me. It wasn't just about promoting my book. I knew that this was going to be a life-changing event for me. And I love that the show is so organic and so authentic because nothing is pre-recorded, nothing is scripted.
It was so much fun learning about Moira and the color mirrors, and her allowing me to share about my business. And for anybody who's considering it, you got to do it. It's so much fun.
Hello. On the Magenta Show, there is a wall of colors behind me. Did you see that in the videos, in the shows, clips? Right. And something phenomenal happens. Every single person is drawn to one particular bottle. In fact, it's sometimes a color that they always pick. And it is a bottle called Satori. And Satori is the Zen Buddhist name for bliss and enlightenment. So what is a bunch of savvy entrepreneurs who want to make money picking a bottle that sounds so Buddhic and spiritual and fluffy and woo-woo? I have been working with the color mirror system since 2004, and what I have learned in all those years with this specific bottle is that people who have made millions or who desire to make millions pick this bottle. So it's been nicknamed the millionaire's bottle. Who would like one? That young man caught my eye first. Here you go. So the instructions, what's your name? Austin, you're on your way to making $1 million. I can predict it already because you want that bottle. Anybody who wanted that bottle, you can make millions. And you will find out a little bit more about the energy, but simply the instruction is bathe in it over a 3-week period, rub it on your body if you're a shower guy, and at the end of 3 weeks, I want you to drop me and tell me what happened. The lady in this picture, she bathed in it, and the next morning she had money appear in her account like magic. So this color combination of magenta and gold is often picked by people on the show, my guests on the show. In fact, most of them pick this color combination, as you can see. This is also a color combination that appears on a lot of the most famous books as the choice of colors on the cover, the most influential books. So what is so special about this color combination? Well, the gold says that you can create unlimited wealth. The magenta says doing what you love, what you're passionate about. Isn't that amazing? But of course, we know that creating unlimited wealth, doing what we're passionate about, well, if we all did it, we wouldn't be in rooms like this trying to learn from masters that have been the speakers of this event, right? Because something's missing. And almost every single speaker here that has been here in the last 2 days has touched on this. There is something missing. And they've given you their explanation. My explanation is, what's missing is you're out of your authentic power. You're not in your authentic power. So what is authentic power? Who wants to give this a go? What's authentic power to you? You have it, give it a go.
What defines you?
What defines you? Your core values. One being?
What you believe in.
What you believe in?
Believe in yourself. Heart-centered.
Being heart-centered, coming from the heart. Fabulous. So one of our favorite people on the planet is Gary Zukav, and his explanation of authentic power, of course, isn't that amazing? He says it's that alignment between your personality and your soul. It's that when the soul and your personality, which is your ego, when that begins to align and come together. Then if you look at Chinese philosophy, there's a hint with the yin and yang symbol. Are you all familiar with the symbol? Yes. So there's a hint in the symbol that says we have a light side and we have a dark side, because this is the concept of dualism. And of course, as you've also heard other speakers say in these last 2 days, we have a light side, a dark side. We're right or we're wrong. We're male or we're female. We are angels or devils. So on our light side, it's very easy to say, let's do affirmations. I am powerful. I am wealthy. I am amazing. Your dark side, he's going on the other side. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. 50% of you right now, whatever you have decided today you're going to go and do to change your life, there's only 50% of your psyche that's actually going to help you achieve that. There's 50% of you that is going to contradict you, that is going to work equally hard for you not to achieve it. And if you are not aware of what is happening in that unconscious part of you, you're not going to succeed. So even people like Joe Vitale, you all knew The Secret. I've watched you put your hands up when people asked you about The Secret. Even he says there's a missing secret. There's something that's not being taught. And that is how to work with your counterintentions that come from your unconscious and your subconscious. Okay. So Mr. Napoleon Hill, it was lovely that we had the founders, the vice president and president here this morning speaking. I know them, they're lovely people. Napoleon Hill says in Outwitting the Devil, a book that's not that often spoken about because nobody wants to speak about subjects with devils in them, right? Even he said that you have the right to know that there's a part of you that's going to want to take you down the path of fear out of faith. So I wrote a book. This is where you go, wow, for those of you coming doing books. See, I'm learning from Raymond Aaron. So who'd like a copy? Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
You can have the display copy. Fabulous. See, okay. Now, I wrote a book that said there are 8 colors of prosperity. So if you can activate using color frequencies and wearing certain colors. You can see I'm wearing Satori where I'm going, right? You can activate the law of attraction using certain color frequencies. And that's really great. Okay, I say that, I make that claim, I tell you there's 8 activations. You want more love and money? Wear pink. Look at this beautiful pink socks over here and a pink tie. I know what he's after. Love and money. Wear coral. Who's wearing coral today? Because that's all about sex and chocolates, rock and roll. Ooh, Amy. Luxury. Yeah, so I can tell you that these colors will attract that to you. And you can set the intentions by wearing it, bathing in the colors, decorating in them to get that to you. But remember, there's 50% that counter intentions that wants to stop you. Great. So I also, in my book, explain to you what those 8 counter activations are. And I happen to call them devils. All them little devils that run around in our, in our unconscious. Okay. So, of course, I have been studying shadows and what lies in our unconscious for 25 years. In fact, probably been a lifelong study, but I've really been actively engaged with it for 25 years. And I discovered 44, these blooming, is there no children here, the children gone? Bloody devils in my unconscious. Patterns that I had to become aware of. So what I've done is, I'm a teacher I'm a spiritual teacher. The minute I learn something, I have to share it. So once I mastered and understood these 44 patterns, these 44 devils, I had to create another book. It is coming out before the end of this year. In fact, Amy, she's my graphic designer, can you just stand up? It's currently in your hands, right?
Yeah, it is.
She's busy. We're ready to take it to the printer probably within a month or so. And Amy is the one who's been doing the graphic designs on them. Now, I don't have a deck of that to give away for you, but I do have a deck of my cards that I wrote with Neil Donald Walsh as my mentor. There we go, his hand was up first. Fabulous. That explains color psychology, 44 cards. Thank you so much. Now, I want to just highlight to you the 4 devils that are currently playing in your life. All right? Out of the 44, I can only cover 4. I've got a few minutes left, so I'm going to go as fast as I can. Purpose is to keep you out of authentic power and out of faith. That's their job. And their purpose is to keep you in limitation, to keep you in fear. Got it? They will make you procrastinate. In fact, the commitment you made to the mentors, to the speakers that you signed up for, did anybody sign up for anything? Can I see a show of hands? Guess what? By 12 o'clock tomorrow, you're going to go, I wish I hadn't done that. Something in you and that shadow side is going to come up and say, reverse. It's going to say, delete. It's going to say, don't turn up. Procrastinate. Change the appointments you've made. See if you can get your money back. Has that happened to anybody? Guess what? 12 o'clock. You can text me. I know it's going to happen. So we want to know which one of the devils inside your unconscious is currently interfering with that and stopping you from being committed to the change you decided to make on this particular weekend's event. Okay, let's have a good giggle. I want you to take pen and paper. You got to write this down. I don't want you thinking it because there must be evidence on the table. What number are you drawn to? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And then you're going to discover the devil. Take this seriously. Take that this information is going to give you a clue as to why you will not commit, why you'll procrastinate, why you'll try to get out of the deal that you've made. Got it? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Got it? Yeah, all right. She's got number 3 up. I'm going to remember you with your number 3 there. Okay. Who picked number 1? Hands up. Make it very clear. All look at the number 1s in the room. Get it. That's it. We got him. We got a couple that's doing number 1 together. That's very interesting because couples tend to do it together. That's very weird. You have got the saboteur devil making your love and money decisions in your life right now. So the saboteur is the one that makes you lose your keys, makes you turn up late, makes you not have the money when you need it. It's a saboteur that's going to be awakened in your partner. So when you go home and say, hey, I went and signed a $2,000 improve your life, make money program. The partner's going to go, you're going to return that money right now. We don't have it. It's not going to happen. Right? It's a saboteur. So sometimes the saboteur gets engaged with your partner. Something's going to happen to sabotage the process. Now, let's say you signed up to go to a workshop, and that's what you paid for, or a webinar. The day of the webinar comes along, guess what's going to happen? Technology is going to break. Oh, Mercury retrograde. Blame it on the people who know astrology. It's going to be, oh, well, we had lightning and the fuse box. If you really were aware that that is what your saboteur is doing, you would go knock on your neighbor's door and say, excuse me, my internet's down. Can I borrow yours? I have a webinar and I can't stop. So you want to make sure that you're on top of your saboteur. Who's number 2? Have a good look at the number 2s in the room. Ooh la la. Okay, number 2s, you've got wounded child. Sorry. I'm so sorry, AD. She just got married. You don't want to tell a married girl that she's a little girl. So the wounded child has got unresolved issues from when it was growing up. And it will transpose those issues onto people in their life right now. If your dad was bad to you, your new husband's in trouble because he's going to be playing the role of your dad. And you're going to think it's him, but it's actually still anger you've not dealt with your dad that you need to face. Now, the wounded child is very interesting because you as an adult now, you go, oh, well, I got over my issues. My mom and dad actually just did the best they could at the time. We kind of justify that in our heads. What we have to do is you've got to go back on the timeline. We live in a quantum field of reality. The past, present, and future exist at the same time. So if your 6-year-old was abused, and you go, oh, well, I forgive them, it's okay. Your 6-year-old is still living and existing on that timeline, experiencing that abuse. You have to do a process. And this is why I suggest go to see a psychologist, go see counselors, go and see spiritual counselors like me even. Take you down the timeline, go and speak to your 6-year-old and educate her and heal her. It's called inner child work. So that's what you need to do to make sure that your wounded child doesn't spend your money and interfere with your love life. Who's number 3s? Oh. Holy mackerel, right. Okay. Victims! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I have to apologize for these devils, but they're your devils, so I'm just going to give it to you, okay? The victim waits to be rescued. So I want you to think about this. If you haven't, take this seriously. If you have signed up for an event or a program while you were here for these 2 days, you're going to be doing so with an energy that says that person, that mentor, that leader, that inspirational person, that webinar I'm going to go is going to save me. You've got to think in terms of how to save yourself and use that as an empowerment stepping process. So you need to do a step before you go to those webinars, buy the books, go to the programs that you signed up for, right? Really say to your inner victim, hey, you know what? We can rescue ourselves. This is a bonus that we're doing this. Because everything you've got is inside of you. You've had speakers say everything's inside of you, right? So the victim waits to be rescued. Learn to rescue yourself. Who is number 3? 4. Thank you. Ooh, the room's awake. You actually have to stand up because this is like really cool. And don't sit down until I'm announced what it is. These are the people who have the following devil inside of them, running their love and money. My husband just stood up and he sat down fast. Okay, thank you so much, my darlings. Right, so The prostitute devil is the one that keeps you out of faith and makes you go back into control. So the minute you go, I have faith that I will manifest the money to attend that webinar. I have faith that I will manifest the money to complete that book program. What happens is the prostitute says, oh no, you won't. Your money won't turn up. You know you can't trust the universe to bring you money. You know it's never going to happen. And the prostitute makes you go and sell your body on the corner of the street to make your own money. And takes control, which means everything becomes limited, because what this devil will do is make sure you only get a limited result. It takes you out of faith and flow of the universe that can give you unlimited abundance. Cool. Happy? Keep the faith. Right. If you want to collaborate with your 44 devils, if you would like to reconnect to your soul alchemist that can create unlimited wealth, doing what you love and passionate about, if you want to identify your hidden unconscious and subconscious beliefs and patterns, it's a 100% accurate color system I work with. It never, ever, ever gets it wrong. I've been working in 2004. You can ask my team. It's accurate diagnosis every single time. If you'd like to know what the Wheel of Fortune is and how you can use that energy to get you out of debt really fast, I did it. I got out of debt when I was suicidal twice. The second time, I discovered the color therapy system, and I turned my debt around in 3 months. And honestly, it was so much money I thought I was going to die. It needed to kill me. I got out of debt because I discovered the Wheel of Fortune. And it's one of the components I teach. If you want to convert your consumer self into an investor, I'm a consumer. I eat. You can see I'm a chubby girl. I eat. I do the same with money. Money comes in, I spend it. Money comes in, I spend it. Who does that? Confess. You can confess. No one will see you. There's no video, I promise you. So, and I decided to take money and actually invest it. And I've invested in a startup company because I've learned to say yes and turn up no matter what. Constantly be in faith. That's my mantra. You read my book, you'll see I say yes and turn up no matter what. I never say no. So you also have to learn to stop speaking devil. Did you know there's a language called devil? When you speak this language, what it does is it creates more poverty, scarcity, lack, limitation, chaos, and drama. So there's the word deal. Who likes a good deal? You're in trouble. Who always looks for a discount? You're in trouble. You're forever going to get... The universe hears you say, I want a deal, I want a discount, I want a bargain, and the C word, cheap. You never want to... If I hear the C word in our house, my husband calls me out and he says, I can't believe you said the C word. We watch each other. Because you say these words, you are telling the universe, you got nothing. You're not value anything. You're a bargain. Stop telling the universe that. Stop telling the law of attraction that. I have a Love and Money Bootcamp. It's a 2-day event. I do 8 participants max. It's very, very intense. And I promise you, the day before, you're going to say, I can't come because my car broke, my cat's sick, my dog's sick, my foot's broken. I know, your devil's going to come up. That's how serious it is, because that part of your consciousness knows you're about to hit boot camp. You're also going to be invited to come to my house, and we do it in my house. And you have to apply. So if it is something you want to do, you can speak to some of my team that you saw stand up earlier and tell you a bit more about it, and come and speak to me anytime later today, and I will have a chat with you and see if this is suitable for you. Okay. That's about all I have to say. Thank you so much. But here is a video.
It's very, very eye-opening. She looks at things from a very different perspective and will pull you way out of your comfort zone. But that's a good thing, because I think that's how we need to start looking at the world and realize that there's enough for all of us.
All I can say is, oh my God, what a real transformation. I've had a major shift.
Wow, what an experience it's been. Turns out I really needed what she was teaching this weekend. Lots of inner work, which was fantastic. And as an analytical thinker, something I haven't done a lot of.
If you're looking to make changes in your life and open yourself up, this is the place to be.
So we are launching in Hong Kong, in America, in Europe, to launching to Middle East and Egypt as well. So business is growing, and it's all thanks to Moira Bush.
I have just come off a mentoring session with her. So this is her mentoring me, not me mentoring her. It's a really fascinating book about vibration and prosperity and energy, about what colours we're choosing, what colours we're choosing to wear, what colours we're choosing to put into our business logo, into our decor, and what is the resonance of those colours, and even our date of birth has a resonance and a colour. And so really getting interested in what our frequency is and how that translates into money.
The poverty word that I used was deal. It's a good deal. That was the big one. I need to pay my debt. I need to. I also use a lot of I need to cover the debt. So there was no freedom in that, no prosperity in that language. The body sensations was reacting to color, and I was like, what? How's that possible?
Moira's really, really one of the visionary evolutionaries, and very, very psychic, and an amazing person to have a session with. Actually, she can really see energetically what is going on in all situations.
So thank you very much, Moira, and she's highly, highly recommended teacher.